As the title of this video will probably suggest, I haven't titled it yet, I kind of want to let you guys be a fly on the wall and see what goes into some of the content that I create for my Instagram account. So I posted something a few months back that ended up being kind of more controversial than I expected, where I said, if your job is to do hair, don't compare yourself to somebody whose job is Instagram. The people who are doing that aren't doing hair full time and then taking a picture of their client and then, okay, next. You know, when you see somebody like killing the game on Instagram, they are doing something that the average barber or stylist is not doing. And so I wanted to set up a camera in my studio to show you guys what at least I put into creating the content that I make. I know plenty of other people who do as much or even more than what I do for Instagram purposes. You know, it is almost like you almost have to be somewhat of an editorial stylist. You have to be a little bit of a photographer in order to like compete on Instagram. Anyways, I'm gonna watch through this video and give a little bit of kind of a voiceover here. So when I cut Chloe's hair yesterday, I didn't do too much to document the process because she's growing out a lot of the parts of her hair that kind of made it like unique, all the undercut things. And so I just gave her like a very basic, straightforward kind of graduated bob in the back. We're trying to let the front areas grow out, and we're trying to let a lot of it grow out to just be fresh and new again. So she got a pretty straightforward haircut, put it in the basic shape, blow dry it straight, texturize it, and then I actually made Chloe style it for me. So while because she's better at it than I am, I don't use curling irons. So while she was styling the hair, I set up for photo. Now, I don't do all of this with every client. Sometimes I'll do it with a regular client at the end of the day. But most of the time, what I do, and in the case of Chloe here, I'll come in on a day that I'm not taking clients and I'll book enough time to do this. It takes about 4 minutes for me to drop down that backdrop and set up these strobes and get everything dialed in. And once I get it all set up and ready to go, it then takes probably, depending on who I'm shooting, between 5 and 30 minutes to get even a single Instagram shot. And so once I'm done setting up here, what I'm gonna do is grab kind of a wide angle lens and test the light. So I found recently actually that if I'm trying to like light the backdrop and everything like I am right now, if I use a wide lens so I can see where the fall off of the light is, it makes it a lot easier to fine tune and dial in the placement of my light, and it makes it a lot easier to adjust things and make it work. And so what I'm looking at, like I think a shot right here I get out of focus. I'm not even looking at the focus right now. I'm just looking at where the light fades out, where the blue fades out into black, and trying to figure out where I can stand, where I need to put her, or where I need to move the light. And it's a lot easier to do that with a wider lens. So once I figure, okay, that is pretty much centered, and if I were to crop this in, then it would be a decent shot. That's when I switch to my serious lens. So I'm actually gonna stop talking now and let you guys listen, and I'm sorry that it's poor audio. Put your eyes on the camera more. I mean, once you find your spot, there we go. Oh, that's a good one, hold that. Go back to that one. And then, hold it. Bigger here, smaller here. Try to exaggerate everything here. Bigger, more epic than real life. Yeah. Cool. Hold that. Rotate from your waist like 2 degrees that way. Perfect. And then take your left cheekbone and exactly chin down just a little bit right there. Hold that. And eyes right in the camera. Keep holding. Keep holding. All right, don't hate me, but keep holding. Okay. This is a bit tighter aperture here, see if we can't get it all crisp and sharp looking. Alright, this flash is going to be super bright, don't blind yourself. Take Take your right cheekbone and point it downward a little. No, that's your left. That one. Perfect. Yeah, more like that. And then take the bottom of the front of your long hair there and kind of like separate it a little. Yeah. Put your right hand under your hair, and then lift it up so that the top right corner is kind of extruded out that way. Because so over here on this left side, how I kind of give you that bold heart shape over here. Mm-hmm. See if you can balance it out from underneath, like you're moving your hair from the bottom over there.
You want me to put my hand in there like that?
Yeah, like a picture of you moving your hair. Ooh, like you just had for a second. And then take your knuckles and point them like upward, like out that way. Yeah, like that. Hold that. Chin down. Face forward a little. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Hold, 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 hold. So most of your pictures, your hair is perfectly in place, and I want to get you a little bit out of place, a little bit not put together. Don't move. Okay. Probably the next client, but keep holding. Put your chin down a little more, and then like forward a little more. Yeah, cool. Almost. Last one. Can you hold all that and then maybe put your elbow forward and down? Yeah, like that. Cool. Take your fingertips to put your hair up higher, and then out more. Yeah, like that, hold that. And then elbow like uncomfortably forward and down. Yeah, boom, hold that. Keep holding. Keep holding. And then same thing I always say, chin forward and down. Are you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Cool, perfect. Okay, so put a little bit of air between your lips. Cool. Alright, we got it. I like that. Yeah!
Yeah, my back is like,
Look how perfectly disheveled you are, though.
Oh, that looks really good.
But it's balanced, and it's moving, and it's got all the stuff.
I love that. Sweet.
Okay, so first of all, with Chloe, I've shot her a billion times, so the workflow is really smooth and fun and easy. She knows her poses. I know her poses. What I wanted to do today was, when I did this shoot the other day, I wanted to change little things about what we've done in the past. That's why I added the blue backdrop. Plus, that's kind of new to me, is using gels in that way. Because she's growing her hair out longer, I wanted it to look bigger and more grand and exaggerated than it usually does. A lot of times when I do her hair, like with most people, I tend to finish hair very straight and sleek, and then I'll maybe rough it up and put some straight beachy texture in there, but not like wavy. So I had her curl it, and I wanted to make it big. So kind of early in the shoot, she put her hand under the hair, but I saw it pop up one of the corners. And so her left side, because of the way it grows and the way it's cut, usually pops up on its own anyways. And so I had her, what I saw for a split second was a shape in there similar to a heart. That's when I stopped and I went and I fixed the hair. And what I was doing was looking in the mirror off on the other side of the room and trying to build like a heart shape out of her head there. And on the one side where I knew the hair would kind of do it easily, I lifted it and did it and scrunched it a little with my hand and then tightened it up at the bottom. But on the other side, I had her push it up. And granted, like if I was good at hair, I might have teased it and done stuff and made it actually just be kind of big and epic on its own, but I used her hand to push it up. So I saw this kind of shape and it started to develop, and I just kept tweaking it and saying, no, bend this way, move this way. And I'm literally just looking at it, looking for shapes and lines and looking at where all the different lines go. So if you look at a lot of my photos from the past, you can see like very specific, deliberate shapes in there and lines in there. Sometimes this is in my head from the beginning of the haircut. Sometimes I see it at the last second as I'm going to take a photo, but this is something I look for and it's something I try to emphasize. So this was one of the early Chloe photos in the shoot, and then after, I don't know what it was, 3 to 4 minutes of tweaking, it went from being like, oh, that's a great photo of a cute girl, to being like, oh my god, that's like going to get 6,000 likes on her Instagram page. But it wasn't just, okay, cool, we finished the haircut. Let me just, hang on, snapshot here. It took some time and effort and working to get it done. And so I just wanted to show you guys, this is something that I do 1 day a week. I set up a day to do that all day. Sometimes I end up posting the photos, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just do it and I can't find what it is I'm looking for, and which is sometimes frustrating, but it's like, I go into the room and I get creative and I just have fun and take photos. Sometimes it turns into something and sometimes it doesn't. I'll wrap it up quick because I'm going long here now. But thanks for watching. Keep in mind, if you want to have more than what everybody has, you can't do what everybody does. You know, don't make excuses and go, well, I don't have time or space to have a full photo set up like Andrew. You know what? Baby steps. Buy a camera, do one extra haircut. You don't have time to do one extra haircut after hours once a week? You don't have time to do that? You know, you have time. Don't make excuse. Don't make excuses. Make the time. Stay late. Do the extra haircut. Take photos of it. Have fun with it. And, you know, thanks for watching.